What's going down, y'all? It's the Wake Up Crew here to talk some NBA prop plays for this Sunday short slate on November the 6th, 2022. Jay, before we get into the plays that we found in the model, quick recap of the plays last night, starting with Kevin Huerter. We said if De'Aaron Fox played, do not start Kevin Huerter. De'Aaron Fox was in. He actually hit the three-pointer in overtime to win the game. So hopefully you faded Kevin Huerter. We also posted that in the comments. That's why it's always important to check back in throughout the day because we do post an update there. So you didn't have to worry about Huerter. But I did tell you to take John Collins rebounds. And I knew it. I said it when we did it. The times we take John Collins.
We are the jinx.
We're the jinx. Fade Collins every time we say take him, and when we don't take him, play him. He's only gone under 7.5 boards twice this season, and it's been both times that we played him. So that didn't hit. But, Jay, you saved the day. Michael Porter Jr. did go over his threes. And Karl Anthony Towns, nice find with the cat assist. I'll be looking for that moving forward. So good play there. So we were 2 for 3, profitable day if you mixed and matched.
And then Jalen Suggs was the other one, right? Jalen Suggs didn't hit. Yeah. We did like Suggs a lot, and he was in a bit of foul trouble and had to deal with Fox.
And here's the
thing.
They
played a very clean game. One of the cleanest games Sacramento played for 3 quarters, but it was fourth in overtime that almost did them in.
And here's the silver lining, or not even the silver lining in this whole thing, Jay, but Suggs and John Collins were 2 matchups in the model that were red. Do not play him. And those were the 2 that did not hit, so I'm not going to do that anymore. Not playing that game again. So let's go ahead and get into the plays and talk about what we found today. Let's get it.
For all the high-flying action, take a step back and relax. It's time to count that money, the NBA props. No look any further. You know what time it is. Presented by PRIZEPICKS, NBA props. Let's
count that money, man. All right, Jay, let's go ahead and get to it. And I'm going to start with the first play that I'm looking at tonight, and that is Anthony Davis, first half fantasy score versus Cleveland. You look at what AD has done in the first half. He's averaging 30.3, has hit this number every game this season, hasn't even come close to 21.5 fantasy score. He does his damage in the first half. I'm rolling with it. And if you look at what AD has done overall as far as fantasy score when it's, first and second half, he's averaging 53.9 over the last 5. He's been pretty solid no matter how you slice it. AD versus Cleveland, it's a tough matchup because they do have bigs and they're going to play big. But I like Anthony Davis first half fantasy score. You could roll with the full game. It looks good in our model. We'll pull that up in a minute. AD fantasy score, I'm taking it, man. I'm loving it.
Yeah, it's been weird how they just roll through AD for the first half, and then the second half is kind of where they get into LeBron a little bit. But LeBron, we talked about it the other day, not on the channel, but it's he's starting a little slow this season. And he's just getting those old legs churning, and they've been doing a lot with AD. So I'm definitely with you. He's been getting his action early and often, and even in the first quarter, he's a guy who's been going off. So I do like that play quite a bit. Do you want to pull up the model so you can show the people the model? Or do you want
let's go ahead and pull it up. Here we go.
So my favorite play is actually OG Anunoby's fantasy score, but it's not looking like PrizePicks going to give it to us. For what it's worth, he has 5 steals in each of the last 3 games, but it is notable because Pascal Siakam will not be playing in this one. So that is a lot of usage and opportunity to go to other players. I think that Scotty Barnes could have a great game facilitating for the team. And I think that OG Anunoby is going to take a lot more shots. And that's why I'm taking the over on his points up against Chicago today. Chicago allows a ton of 3-pointers to opposing small forwards, and they're not much better against shooting guards either. So whether it's Gary Trent or OG Anunoby being guarded by the shooting guard small forward, they will get their shots up, and there's a pretty good chance they will make it. As you can see, 4th best matchup on the slate. He's averaging about 18.5 points per game. The line is 18.5, and again, with Pascal Siakam out, his usage should go up. He dropped 27 on the Dallas Mavericks when Pascal went out, so I do like him to score 20 again tonight.
I love this play. With no Siakam, OG should be a major beneficiary for the Chicago Bulls team. And it's the 4th best matchup. Like, I want to trust the data. I know that the sample size in the games in which these players have played is small, but the defensive rating and the rankings are pretty solid to start this season. So I like it a lot, man. And if I can get the fantasy score, not sure if PrizePicks is going to give it to us, Jay, but I will rock with that along with you as a core play. I really do like that. I talked about Anthony Davis. You see him in the model. The good thing about all the players we're recommending, they are all averaging over 32 minutes a game. AD, when he's on the court, averaging 36 minutes per game. But I want to talk about Lauri Markkanen versus the Los Angeles Clippers later on this evening. His points, rebounds, and assists. PrizePicks has it at 30.5. It's juiced to the over on the books. You see the matchup. Not the best matchup, not the worst matchup. It is juiced to the over. He's averaging about 34.8 over his last 5 games, but it's not the full game that I want to take with Markkanen. It's his first half, and I'm going to pull up PrizePicks really quickly and go back to the first half plays, and they have his points, rebounds, and assists in the first half at 15.5. He's averaging 17.6 over his last 5 games. This matchup, LA is a pretty solid defensive team. No Kawhi Leonard in this one. It depends on how you categorize Markkanen, right? We have him in our model as a power forward. He's probably going to play some center in this matchup, but I do like what he's done over the course of the season in the first half. Give me over 15.5 points, rebounds, and assists in this matchup versus the Clippers, Jay.
Yeah, no, Ray, I like this a lot. Jared Vanderbilt is a guy who has been getting a little bit more minutes, but he's still kind of a limited minutes type of center. Probably will match up against Zubac early, but won't do as much later. And so I do like Markkanen. He's been scoring a lot. He's been the primary scorer for this team. And so I'm with you. I think that Markkanen is a great option, and I think that he will probably go over, especially in the first half. He has been doing a lot of damage in the first half, so I do like it as far as a play on PrizePicks today.
All right, there we go. There go our 3 core plays. Anthony Davis, more than 21.5 first half fantasy score. Lauri Markkanen, over 15.5 first half points, rebounds, and assists. And then you still want people to keep an eye out for the OG fantasy score, right? You still want people to keep an eye out.
I don't think they're going to give it to us, Ray.
Okay.
Again, like I said, 5 steals. He's got 2 steals every game this season, 5 in the last 3. Dude is just on a tear right now, and I think they're just going to be wary. They're not going to give it to us today, but if you can get it, if you see it later, because there are still some inactives. I think Pascal has to be announced out. He's not expected to play. He's doubtful, and then maybe we get some more lines. But right now, only lines are out for Gary and for OG. But I do like the points if you want to take the points. But if you can wait on the fantasy score, go for it. But to your point, you do have, if you want the Anthony Davis play, that game does start at 3:30 Eastern. So you'll have to take that a little bit earlier than all the games after that, I believe, are start at 6 o'clock or later. So just depends on if you want that Lakers play and you want to play it in there, maybe take the OG points. And if you want to wait or willing to wait, then you can maybe wait on that fantasy score and pray that we get it, because I think OG's probably going to hit it again tonight.
Jay, I just want to throw out, not a core play, people, not a core play, but my man King James, his first half points have been cashing to the under. You look at what he's done over his last 5, averaging 9.2. I don't understand why they continue to put his points, his line so high. 13.5. Last game, it was 14.5. Those are the numbers you see for Luka Doncic and Giannis Antetokounmpo. LeBron is just not getting it done in the first half, so not a core play. But I do want to put it out there that I probably will be taking an under on LeBron's first half points. Jay, just any other things out there? Big Vooch, his rebounds, or is it nothing looking good for you? We don't have to.
They're really high. They're 12.5 today, which again against the Raptors is interesting depending on how they want to utilize their players. Chris Boucher probably plays a lot more. He's like 6'11", so he can still get a lot of rebounds. But it's funny. Would you take Kristaps Porzingis today? You've been on his first half points for a while, but they're 11.5 now. Yeah. They're very high. But Bradley Beal is not going to play in this game, so it will be all Kuzma and Porzingis. It's not a bad play. You've been on it for a long time. He's been hitting a lot, but they keep bumping it up. At some point, you got to say enough is enough, and maybe that may be today for Porzingis. But I do think he's been playing very well, to my surprise.
He has been cashing
a lot of tickets.
It's been 9.5. They bumped it up to 10.5 last game, and now it's at 11.5 with no Bradley Beal. Versus Memphis, I think the pace in that game should be up and down with Ja Morant. And Steven Adams isn't going to be able to step outside and guard him. So I think it's an interesting play. I kind of like it, Jay, but I don't want to force it on Sunday. I don't want to force it today. I think these are 3 fine core plays along with potentially a LeBron under his points. I don't mind Porzingis, and I'm going to wait to see if OG's fantasy score comes out. So that's what we're rocking with this Sunday. As always, we don't make you pay for picks. All that we ask is that you hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, like the content, comment below, let us know what you found and what you like you may be potentially taking this Sunday. If you tail, give PrizePicks hell, and if we failed on bail, we'll be back tomorrow with more NBA picks, Monday Night Football, and enjoy the rest of Sunday. We're out of this thing. Peace.